earlier today, around like 3 o'clock in the morning, I got this gameplay. I couldn't sleep, so I was all like, alright, I'm gonna try to get another Inside the Mind of Brent Bryson for you guys. And I got Miramar. Now, before anything begins, this is a tips and tricks. You should do a waypoint on where the flight path is, because that's how you could tell if there's anybody around your vicinity or wherever people land, or like wherever they land and all that good stuff. But anyway, without further ado, this is not really going to be Inside the Mind of Brent Bryson. I'm only going to cut to the important parts and the kills and everything, but I'll be commentating over the whole thing. So if you guys enjoy that, sit back and relax. But before anything else, cue the intro. Alright, so this was just a regular Miramar match, going to Picado because it was due to the flight path. People are coming here, everything seemed everything seemed a bit normal here, but nobody landed on, boxing ring. So I just got my looty booty on, and we'll see what happens here. I found an M4 off the rip, which I do use throughout the whole video and everything like that. I usually always loot in FPP because that's what I like the most. I cannot loot in TPP to save my life for some reason, but I mean, I had the whole boxing ring to myself, so it was a pretty general thing to do. I got an 8x and a freaking bullet loop, so I was ready for a K9 if I could ever find one. But yeah, nonetheless, I was just looting at this part. Got myself a red dot, a extended mag for my M4, and yeah, I was just trying to hear our footsteps start the whole way. And yeah, I'm just gonna cut next to the next part where I get a kill. So oddly enough, I couldn't find anybody, but this side of the Picado where it is exactly at the E, I did not loot, but the doors were open, so I was being more aware of my surroundings and everything, and I couldn't hear any footsteps at all. And then all of a sudden, this guy started hit spraying and everything, and I managed to kill him for my first kill. I had no idea what was going on. I did stay in Picado for a long time because I did hear somebody around me by the 5-story building going down the stairs. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to investigate a little bit. I'm just going to stay here, stay behind the wall, do a little TPP peeking. And I know a lot of people always complains about the TPP peeking, including myself. But if it's for you, just do it. Might as well just, have a home field advantage. I messed up all my shots there, but I managed to kill him for my second kill. And don't you hear that VSS? Man, I did not know where that was coming from. People are still here, by Picado. I got lucky for my third kill. Going up the hill with the 8x M4. I took his K9, and then now this guy, me and him had a little squabble throughout the whole mid game. First round, this was the first round, he had the better of me, but we'll get back to him later. Anyway, now cutting back to the next transition, I did see this guy by the hay bales, and from the moment he hit me, I knew that we had a problem. He was good with whatever gun that he shot me with, and so I was like, alright, you know what, let's see what we're gonna do here. So the circles come in this phase 2. I already knew that the circle was, far away, so I was like, okay, I don't have that much heals. What am I going to do to kill this guy? Because the first guy that I was fighting against was actually shooting him as well, because he was outside the circle. I managed to kill him for my 4th kill, and now it was time for the run of my life. I saw this guy, the first guy I had the K9 battle with. He got me the second round. And while I was healing, I was getting lucky because he couldn't hit me again while I was healing. But when I scoped back in, I was like, okay, this guy got the buggy, so he's out. He's going to the circle. So, I run, and then I look at the circle, and where is the circle? The circle is on the isolated islands. That's not even on the main island itself. So I was like, crap, I'm pretty screwed here. Miramar really just screwed me over. And, it was already 3 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to sleep, but I wanted to get this Inside the Mind of Brent Bryson out. And then that guy, the very first guy that I had my squabble with, he got me a third time, in the chest. And I was like, okay, this guy just gave up. He gave up the fight. He even though he goes into circle, the swim itself, if there's no boat on shore, will, of course, ruin your whole game. because you made it this far. It's already mid-game, looting and everything, looting for 15 minutes just to die by zone. So I knew he gave up. He just wanted to kill me because I was the one that was giving him the most competition. I kept running in, and I got him with a lucky headshot. So I ran into him, got all his meds. So I had a lot of meds at this point. I had like 7 first aids and everything like that, a lot of boosters. And so I just took his buggy and ran. And my goal was to just go drive the buggy off to the water and start swimming. And so that's what I did. And so now this segment of the whole thing, I fast forwarded 3 times speed. So you know exactly how long it took me just to swim. There's people in the main island trying to find a way to get to, you know, the isolated islands here. And I saw 3 people in the back while I was turning around, and I was like, okay. And luckily, you know, if you swim underwater, you do swim a little bit faster, but I had to be wary because I wasn't even fully boosted, and I wasn't even, you know, in 75% health. So being underwater for too long will get me killed. Luckily, our one guy in the main island was lucky enough to find a glider, and so he used that glider to glide around to the isolated island until the end circles, which was pretty good. You know, that was a good strategy on his part. But throughout this whole series, I was like, okay, this is a long gameplay for no damn reason. It's either this is all for nothing, or I play it out and get the chicken dinner. But you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I managed to get to the isolated island here, and then there was 2 people camping out in the shore to see people swimming. But then since they both heard each other, they started shooting each other. I heard shots coming in the back of myself, and look, there's only 11 people alive now. And I do see this guy in a glimpse of my eye. He was looting the guy that he killed, and I managed to kill him for my 6th kill. Now, I don't normally play like this. I heard a Groza, and then I was like, okay, let me investigate. There's no way he could go up the hill without it being a trip. And I was still contemplating whether to get his Groza or not. But yeah, like I said, I don't normally play like this, but I really wanted to win at this point. Like, there's no point in playing this out unless I play for the win. So, you know, one guy killed another guy. That was just a lucky grenade. I don't think it was aimed for me. I don't think anybody knew that I was here still. But yeah, so that guy killed the guy that I was looking at first. And then I was just hearing his footsteps and everything to see exactly where he's at. And right when I see him, I got the jump on him because, you know, he didn't know where I was, and I managed to kill him for my 8th kill. Now there's only 3 people left, so I was like, okay, I gotta kill the other 2 to make it double digits, so it could be a prerequisite for me to upload. You know, that's not really a prerequisite, but you know, I do like uploading double digit kills. And what do you know? Network lag. So I'm going to skip this part because I don't want you to see my network or anything. But me coming back in, this is 2 times the speed. Luckily, I got an Xbox One X with an SSD. If I didn't have that, I would have been dead for sure. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, so the circle screwed me on Miramar. It's Miramar, so it's a really boring map in the first place. And then I lag. I got new internet, so then I knew that, you know, my internet is good. I never lagged like that in a long time until I was in Miramar. So eventually I got back in. This is regular speed now. It's not 2 times speed because I hear, you know, the ocean and everything. But I was like, okay, I'm still alive. All right. So right when I spawned back in, I saw smoke and I saw a guy that threw the smoke. And I was like, okay, let me just balance out my shot real quick. And that was an easy headshot with the K9. And so now it was a 1v1. And at this point, I was already defeated, you know, mentally. I was like, okay, you know, the circle screwed me. And then for some reason on Miramar, my internet decides to lag. I don't know why, but it decides to lag. But then there's only one guy left. So hopefully I don't lag once more, because if I lagged right here, I would have been done with PUBG for the night or for the morning. Lingering on for the morning. I knew he had downhill, so then I had the upper advantage. But then he did manage a way to get up to the circle. So I was like, okay, one final push is all it takes to get the chicken dinner. So that's exactly what I did. I had a fully stacked M4. And I managed to kill him with my 10th kill. That was a match. No wonder Miramar is going to be, you know, taken out of the rotation again. Wow. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a rate, comment, subscribe. If you guys already are subscribed, hit that notification bell. Love you all. Peace out. Mwah.